Okay guys, so we're back again. I say new things are going on. This fragrance is out, everyone keeps talking about it. So we have Dior Sauvage Parfum. I'm gonna let my nose in it guys and let me know what my thoughts are. Check out the video. What is happening guys, Martin is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So in respect to this guys, a few people have done their reviews on it. I'm going to give my thoughts on it initially now. So the original EDT is what I have. You can see how much juice I have left in now. So this is probably nearly done and I'll probably get a new one. And this is the Eau de Parfum version. So I personally won't be buying a bottle of the Eau de Parfum, but I just wanted to give my initial thoughts on it. So for those that know or those that don't know, the EDT was the original one that came out. Then it went to an Eau de Parfum. And now they're actually on the Parfum. So this is the full concentration now of perfume in comparison to the slightly more watered down one along the line, which is EDT. Now there is a difference along the spectrum of these fragrances. For me, having sprayed this now and giving it probably about 15-20 minutes or so, the opening is very different in compared to this one. This one, the opening seems a little bit more, how could I say, more mature. It's more concentrated, and it smells slightly more along the lines of Dior with this type of lipstick type of vibe for me. Just having a look at the note breakdown as well, which is quite interesting for the Parfum version. The note breakdown seems to be, the top notes are saying that it has bergamot, mandarin orange, and then this note which is called Elemi, Elemi maybe, but that seems to be like, it's supposed to smell similar to frankincense from when I've looked into it. So it's not really something I'm not really sure. I've not had that much exposure to that particular scent. It's not a bad thing at all. It's not bad at all. And it's actually quite pleasant. The other breakdown in the notes seem to talk about sandalwood in the mid notes, tonka bean in the base. Then we have, again, frankincense in the base, which goes by a different name in this one, olibanum, which is effectively frankincense, and vanilla. So this one seems to me, as I say, slightly more mature. It's not as out there in your face. It's obviously the concentration is different. That being said, it's a Parfum, so I'd expect it to last a lot longer than EDT. But the only real issue I would say from my perspective is that this may not necessarily project. So I've not had the experience of it. It may last long, yes, as a Parfum. So the oil, obviously, concentration is heavier and it'll stay longer on your skin. And I don't know if you can see where that's been sprayed. But I don't know for me if this would really project or if it's even worth the money. So just going back to the EDT, again, on the other side of the spectrum, the note breakdown on this one is a bit different. The top notes seem to have pepper in there, bergamot in the top notes. But then in the mid, it has a rose note. It has some lavender in there. It has some other type of pepper in there with also some pink pepper. The frankincense is again in the mid notes. Then into the further mid notes, we have vetiver, and Broxton's obviously in the base notes, patchouli, and we have some cedar wood and a flowery note we've got in the base notes. But it's to be honest, guys, for me, in all honesty, I don't think this is worth the price. I know these are slightly more cheaper now because EDT is obviously a different concentration. But for me, guys, just looking in the UK, just having a quick look now, it's about £60 or so for 40 ml. So I'm just going to have a quick check now. But I don't really feel, in my opinion, it's worth the money for the Parfum. If you want to project and you want to be out there with your fragrances and let people know you're there, the Parfum version of these fragrances, guys, just won't do it, and that's just my view on it. Yes, if you want to be slightly more sophisticated, yes, if you want to say I'm more mature, so I don't need to have this, but just looking at the cost alone, I mean, this is just the 60 ml, and this is the cheapest I can see at, and it's £66 in the UK, where the original Dior Sauvage EDT is you can get around the region of around £50, £55 or so. So there's not really much difference to some extent in the cost. But I think if you really want to project, guys, with these fragrances, to be honest, I don't really know if I would really advise the Parfum versions of these fragrances. Yes, it's slightly richer. Yes, it's deeper in the concentration. Yes, you may get more longevity. But for what it is, though, guys, it smells good. Don't get me wrong, I like the smell of it, but I just can't see it projecting. It may stay on my skin for that period of time, but to me, I don't know if this is going to be a skin scent that's lasting for, 4 or 5 hours. Yes, it's lasting for that period of time, but realistically, who's smelling it? If you're in a hot country, it might be different, But for me, guys, I'll probably stick with the EDT. I've not really done any reviews to say which one is better by way of ladies' opinions, but I see there's quite a few fragrance reviews out there now who've done their thoughts on it, and it does seem to be that actually the EDT might be doing a little bit better. The two fragrances are somewhat similar. The salty note that you get from this one straight away is out there in your face. You can't deny that one. This doesn't really seem to have that salty note straight away. This one seems to be slightly more like Dior type of lipstick type of vibe. It is slightly peppery. The frankincense, which smells a little bit like incense as well, it actually smells pretty nice. It does smell pretty good, but I just don't really know if it's worth the money, and I don't think I'd go out my way to really buy this one. I definitely wouldn't buy 100ml off this one, guys. If you're gonna go and buy it, try and save yourself some money. See if you can get one maybe on eBay, which is maybe discounted or partly used. Really don't think you should be spending more than about £65 for the PARFUM version, at least on a 60ml. Anything above that, guys, I think you might be sort of wasting your money a little bit, guys. There's so many fragrances out there, so to be honest, for me, I'm gonna stick with the EDT version. Have you tried out the PARFUM? Have you tried out the PARFUM version? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know. Okay, and I will get into the next video very shortly, guys. Thank you very much. Ciao.